If you want to buy a home, flats can seem like a more affordable option. However, the regulations around leasehold properties mean that flat owners can face huge costs.
There's no regulation of what fees they can charge. So there's quite a lot of unexpected expenditure that a lot of people aren't aware of when it comes to buying a flat. There's no sort of standardisation as to service charge, and quite frankly, it's disgusting that they've been able to get away with it for so long.
Kirsty McChesney bought her flat in Margate 10 years ago. Her annual fees have rocketed from around £1,200 to £12,000, split between service charges and payments to a reserve fund. Her buildings management company says that the changes are needed to make repairs, but she told me that very little has been done to fix the problems.
So I've had to become a bit of an expert in terms of all things leasehold because knowledge is power, and there is very limited ways that you can actually seek redress. It's virtually impossible for leaseholders in my block to sell their flat unless it's at a significantly diminished value, because the fact that the service charges are so astronomical and the additional costs, particularly at the moment with the reserve fund as well. So it definitely traps you, and that's why I've had to reach out to other avenues of support like the National Leasehold campaign. And I found that finally I'd found my people in terms of actually people that understood and empathised with the situation that I was in. Leasehold communities are typically very diverse. You have at one end of the spectrum people like me who might be very naive first-time buyers, and at the other end it's where you have a lot of elderly, vulnerable leasehold residents.
Many, including Kirsty and the National Leasehold campaign, are optimistic about the government's plans.
I'm glad that there is the intention, at the very least, of putting something in place to help people who own leaseholds, because it's disgusting the situations they've been put in.
If I could go back 10 years ago, when I was first looking at properties, I would absolutely say do not do it, Kirsty. Do not get a leasehold property. Wait. You know, I was so excited about the prospects of owning my first home, but I can say my leasehold experiences and the abuses that I've suffered have very much robbed me of that enjoyment and that right to enjoy my property peacefully.
From Margate, this is Bronnie Hughes.